Now, was it as simple as when Psychonauts 1 came out? Did you realize, hey, we're going to be able to make this happen?
No, it was. I mean, because Psychonaut is pretty mapped. I mean, he's like you guys talked about. I mean, he's not to talk for you, but it was issue 2 basically where he was like, "Look, I've got some space in the next issue. Do you want to do something?" And like he talked about that, I was like, "Yes, just hold up." And like the next day, I had at that point it was a 2-page little scenario, a little teaser we were going to do, and I had written. I mean, it grew from it was a 4-page that I had to edit down, and I think I mentioned something like, "This was so much fun, I couldn't not. It was bigger than this." And he was like, "Well, throw some of that back in, and we'll make it a 3-page." So we just kind of went back and forth, and the collaboration was just a blast, and it's been fun as he's like my part. I passed off my part. He's passing back art. Like, I don't know. It just feels like what we imagined Image was like back in the early 90s.
Yeah, yeah. Now, I know, I mean, it goes without saying we're still firmly entrenched into the pandemic. Were you guys able to at all get together, or were you just back and forth over the internet, sharing stuff back and forth that way?
We got together once. Yeah, we got together once at a coffee shop, and I mean, we were both even a little like at that time, but it was just like everything was just like clicking together that this was going to happen. I couldn't not see him.
Yeah.
Because we have done so many. I mean, even just like now we're now doing 3 pages now that we're in our like early to mid 40s, right? But throughout our life, we had always had get-togethers and like retreats with one another, and constantly have contacted one another. Like when I'm 30 or whatever, I'm like, okay, I've got an idea now that this character is going to do this and this and this. Is that cool with you? Like in that section of our shared universe and our shared story, like this has always like continuously evolved together. But so I couldn't go with us actually doing something without having that face-to-face meet and me just sketching shit out and him being right there to like throw feedback. It was just imperative for me.
Yeah, yeah. I because the way you presented your way you talked about it, just passing stuff back and forth, it does make you long for the ability, and not saying that this was ever going to be something that could happen. I mean, because we all have day jobs, but I mean the romantic pie in the sky side of it is essentially like chasing Amy.
Chasing Amy. I was just gonna say, like, yeah, that's the best part of that movie was
with Holden
this is gonna be our life. Like, because when we first came to Kansas City, that's what we thought. We thought, I mean, we even tried a half-ass pitch to Jim Valentino at a Comic-Con, and I mean, in hindsight, it was ridiculously embarrassing. Not for what we were trying to pitch, because I mean, I still think that was a fun idea. But the fact that we just kind of
no fear, just pitch something.
Yeah, just the equivalent of a cold call popping in front of his face, and he was just like, "Guys, there's a way to do this."
Now, a quick question: that was clearly a younger, more impulsive, naive version of the both of you. Would you think of doing that today?
God, no. But hey, Valentino's credit. He was very generous. He gave very good feedback.
It was very cool. He was well within his rights because I mean it was literally his booth. Like we just kind of popped up there, and he could have been
give you your go fuck yourself moment, but he was cool about it. Yeah,
but he was cool. Awesome. He was cool.
I always pictured him, and I know Image is not the theme of this episode, but I always pictured of all the original Image guys and all the guys come out, he was probably the most grounded out of all of them.
It seemed like he was on all the interviews that I've listened to and everything. He was kind of like the Papa Bear of the group.